Will now be recorded. This conference will
Okay,
now be
right.
recorded.
Let me open VS Code. So last class we discussing about CSS and started selectors, element selector, ID selector, class selector. So how element selector will be? Starting with the element name with curly braces. And how class selector will be? How class selector will be? Anybody remember it? Second. 1 second. Okay, let me go through the notes. So I have some selectors here. In the previous class started with selectors on Saturday. Selector is a concept in CSS, selecting HTML elements into CSS. The one is element selector, the one is the class selector, the one is the ID selector. So initially I gone through element selector. Initially I gone through element selector, class selector and ID selector. Element selector will be selecting with element name. Selecting with element name. How this will be? For example, H1, curly braces open, curly braces close. Form, curly braces open, curly braces close. Table, curly braces open, curly braces close. Inside this, you can write some CSS attributes, whatever it may be. Then how class selector will be? Selecting by class name using dot. Using dot. Okay, dot class name, curly braces open, curly braces close. Dot class name, curly braces open, curly braces close. Something like that. Now come to the ID selector. Selecting by ID name using hash. Hash ID1 like this. Hash ID2 like this. Hash ID3 like this. This is the element selector, selecting by the element name. This is the class selector, selecting by the class name. And this is the ID selector, selecting by the ID name. And one more important announcement I given. Whenever you have element selector, class selector, ID selector, ID is the first preference. ID is the first preference. Good morning, Dillu. Dillu, I think Dillu is the first person, first day for you. I think so. You please share your email ID. I will share the notes. All the recorded sessions are available in the YouTube channel. You can just follow the YouTube channel for the recorded sessions, previous recorded sessions. Already 9 sessions over. 9 sessions I already uploaded in the YouTube. You just go through that. If you want notes, you can just give me the email ID in the chat box. I will share the notes. So element selector, class selector, ID selector. So the preferences I already told you. The preferences I already told you. What is the preferences, guys? Anybody? ID is first preference. ID is first preference. ID is first preference to the browser. And one more thing, ID is not duplicate. ID is not duplicate. Then class is next preference. Next preference to browser. Class is next preference to the browser. And class name is duplicate. And we can define we can define multiple class names. We can define multiple class names for elements. We can define multiple class names for elements. After that, tag is last preference for element or to browser. Okay, so tags can duplicate. We already know tags can duplicate. N number of paragraphs you can define, n number of elements you can define. Can we go practically how these things are getting happening with? Can we go practically how the things are going to be happening with uh, Jillu and Govinda Babu, Prakash, Rohit, Pawan? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
Dillu, you subscribe the channel. You can go with the videos. I think
Yes,
you
sir. Thank you,
subscribed.
sir.
You are the
Yes,
subscribed person, not subscribed.
yes, sir. Subscribe it, sir.
Okay, share your email ID here. I will share the notes with you.
Thank you, sir. Okay.
Share the email ID in the chat box. That's it. Okay, come to the point. Let me take the program. Tag class ID. Select .html. Right. Shift 1. Shift 1 for template. Tag class ID. Let me have the element, single element. I will take a single element here. H1. Welcome to Mohansh Technologies. Welcome to Mohansh Technologies. Welcome to Mohansh Technologies. That is my tag. That is my tag. Okay. For this tag, I need to define class. I need to define class. Class called 1, class called 2, class called 3. I can define n number of classes, sir. I can define n number of classes by giving space. Okay, how many class names this H1 is going to be having? I told you class name is something like a nickname of the person. One person can have one other ID, that is called ID. One person can have multiple nicknames, that is something like a class names. One person have a name, that is something like an element name. Element name is H1, and class can have multiple names. 1, 2, 3, 4. You can call by the 1, you can call by the 2, you can call by the 3, you can call by the 4. And ID is unique. ID is something like ID is Mohansh. ID is unique. You cannot give the multiple ID names. You cannot give the multiple ID names. And one more important rule you need to give: class name, ID name. Class name, ID name. Rules. There are some rules and regulations for the class name and ID name. The one is it is custom name. Class name or ID name. Either it is class name or ID name. It is custom name. You can define whatever the name you want. The second rule: do not start with number. Do not start with number. Don't start with the numbers, class names or ID names. And third rule: do not give spaces. And fourth rule: do not use keywords. Do not use keywords. Do not use keywords or identifiers. Fifth rule: do not use special characters. Do not use special characters. Okay, fine. Now, my class name and ID name is my custom name. I can define like this. Now, let me go through the style sheet. Let me go through the style sheet. I want to access this H1 element by the ID name, by the class name, by the element name. Can I access by the element name? What is the element name here? H1. I can give some color red. Is this workout? Is this workout?
Yes, yes.
Yes, sir.
Is this workout? How this will work out? How this will work out? Dillu shared email ID. Okay. Let me keep the email ID. I will share the notes. Okay. This will work out. obviously this will work out. Why? Because I am actually working with the tag selector. I am actually working with the tag selector. Tag selector is okay, working fine. Let me execute this. Now I got a browser. Welcome to Mohansh Technologies. Now I am writing before tag selector. Before tag selector, I am writing a class selector. Dot one color blue. Dot one color blue. When I say like this, what is the output now?
Blue.
Class is the first preference when you have tag and class. But you remember one thing, you observe one thing. I am writing element last line. I am writing element last line. I am writing class previous line. But what is the rule? Last line is the first execution. Last line is the first execution, we know. But in not a in not a tag and class related. When you have tag and class, even class is before line, tag will go first. Class will go first. Class in the previous line or not? In 40th line, class is there. 50th line, tag is there. But output in class only output. Class only output. For example, I don't have this. I don't have this. I have another class here. I have two class here. Two color green. Now tell me what is the output? Blue or green? Both are classes only.
Green.
I am not comparing with element. I am not comparing with ID.
Green.
Green is output. Green is output. You can see green is output. You can see the browser. Green is output. Okay. But before these two classes, I got the ID, sir. Before these two classes, I have the ID color red. Now guess what is output?
Red.
Why red? Why red?
ID selectors has the
First priority.
first priority. Yes.
ID selectors have first priority to the browser. If ID is not there, then only it will go for the classes. If ID is not there, if ID selector is not there, then only it will check about the classes. Am I clear? But classes, I have n number of classes. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. But classes, last line is first execution. Classes, last line is first execution. Here my last line, I have the 4. Okay, I have the 4. 4 have color orange. 4 have color orange. Okay, orange. Yeah. I don't have ID. Let me keep the ID off. Now I have 3 classes here. Even 3 also I will write down. 3 also I will write down. Okay, 3 also I will write down. 3. I am playing with only class selectors. I am playing with only class selectors here. Now tell me what is the output? Yes. I am playing with only class selectors. This element I am playing with only class selectors. What is the output, guys? Blue or
Orange.
green or orange? Orange is the first output. Why? Because last line is first execution. Okay, I am swapping this. I am keeping one down. I am keeping one down.
Blue.
Obviously blue.
Blue.
Again I am swapping this. I am keeping 3 down.
Brown.
Brown. No, that's it. Okay, so whenever you are playing with the classes, okay, here the order we don't care about it. This is the order actually priority to the browser. The code execution is the order priority for the browser. But somewhere in the classes, somewhere you find ID, sir. Before this, I make it switch on the ID. If ID is available, no classes, no tags, only ID. Only ID will go to the browser. Am I clear, guys?
Yes.
Am I clear? Okay. So even, okay, I am not having ID. Even I have the tag selector here. Even I have the tag selector. Tag selector also not listen. Why tag selector not listen now? Okay, if ID is there, ID go. But I am giving the tag. Tag is not having that much priority. First priority ID, second priority classes. First priority ID, Second priority classes. Okay, now we have the tag selector. Tag selector don't care about the tag selectors. I am caring about the class selectors. CSS is saying that I am caring about the class selectors. The last line, last class, first execution. That's it. Last line, last class, first execution. That's it. But I don't have class selectors. Then I don't have class selectors. Then tell me the output. I don't have classes. I don't have ID selectors. I'm having only element selector. Then obviously red color. Okay, I have inline style. I have inline style. Style, color, yellow. I have inline style then. If I have inline style, then no internal style, no external style. No internal style, no external style. Inline is the first preference. I already told you. Inline is the first preference. Yellow coming. Yellow is not visible. Huh? Then let me go to the different other color. Yeah, this color. This color. Not saved. Huh? Save properly. Then can you see this? If inline style is there, inline will go first. If inline is not there, then it will go. I already told you, na. Styles preferences very important. Styles preferences. Styles preferences is very important. In the styles preferences, how browser can listen. In the browser level, what is the first priority? Inline. If inline is not there, ID. In ID is not there, class. Class is not there, tag. Tag is not there. Tag is not there, then what? Tell me, Govind Babu. Browser default. Browser default style. That is something like a black and white. Huh? Black and white. Solve. Am I clear about this style preferences? Can I go through the next selector?
Yes, sir.
Can I go through the next selectors?
Yes, sir.
This three selectors we played here. In three selectors, if I switch off something, if I switch on something, what is happening? This is the simple nodes you can able to understand. In browser level, first inline. If inline is not there, then it will check for ID. If ID is not there, then it will check for the class. If class is not there, then it will check for the tags. Even tag is also not there, there is no style. Browser default style, black and white. That's also the next selector is group selector. Yeah, group selector. Let me go with the group selector. How group selector will work out? Group selector. Group selector is something like selecting elements, or classes or ID by group. Okay. I will write down a group selector program separately. I will take new program and save it as group selector. Simple, very simple, straightforward. Group selector .html. Okay, group selector. Let's keep the name of the program group selector. Let's go with the different elements. H1, welcome Mohansh, welcome to Mohansh. And second, H2, subscribe YouTube. Then I want to write one more thing. H3, like videos. H4, share videos. Okay, these things, these are the four elements, right? These are the four elements. Okay, let me go through the style sheet. Style open, style close. H1 comma H2 comma H3. Only three elements I am selecting. H1 comma H3 comma H1 comma H2 comma H3. I am selecting three elements. I am directly giving the color brown color. All these things. Now H1, H2, H3. will apply a brown color titles. Can you see this? Welcome to Mohansh. Subscribe channel, like videos. All these things are actually selecting by the tag names. But HG4 have class called Mohansh. HG4 have class called Mohansh. Okay. Comma dot Mohansh. Comma dot Mohansh, not H4. This is by the class. And H3 also. H3 having ID called okay, Apple. I am giving Apple ID. Okay. H3, there is no H3. I am just taking the Apple. Sir, you can combine, you can take a combination of elements, classes and IDs as a group. No problem. No problem. But comma separated. First two elements are tag names. Can you see? First two elements are tag names. A third element is ID name. Fourth element is class name. Group. Make it as a group. Make it as a group. That is a group selector. That is a group selector. Am I understand? Am I getting clear? Program is understandable. This is called group selector.
Yes, sir.
Group selector. Group selector is basically comma separating elements. Oh, sorry. Comma separating elements or classes or IDs. Comma separating elements or classes or IDs. I am already writing that. Selecting elements, classes, ID by a group. Group elements separate with comma. Group elements separate with comma. Okay. It may be have element 1 comma element 2 comma element 3, this one, or element comma class comma ID, or class comma ID. It may be a different combinations. It may be have different combinations. No problem. But whenever you are using the class, you go with the dot symbol. Whenever you are using ID, go with the hash symbol. And here also we have the class, go with the dot symbol. Dot class name, hash ID name. That is the important thing you need to understand. That is the important thing you need to understand. Let me go with the one more selector. Universal selector. It's very simple one. Universal. Universal selector. How this universal selector will be? Universal selector is something like a star. Star. Write down some styles. Star. What the star? How the star? Okay, let's keep the program copy. Take new, paste, save. This is universal selector. Universal selector. Dot HTML. How this universal selector will apply? How this universal selector will work out or apply? Okay, let me write down universal selector. Let us go. Okay, let me keep the comment of this. Universal means what? H1, H2, H3, H4, even body, even the HTML, all the elements I want to select. All the elements. Let's keep the border. Okay, later we discuss about the border. I'm just keeping the border right now. 2 pixel solid red color border. I want to take 2 pixel red solid border. For all the elements, I want to keep the border. For all the elements, I want to keep the border. For all the elements, I want to keep the border. Yes, I'm keeping the border for all the elements. Let's go and see. Not executed. Huh? This program need to be executed. Open with the live server. Can you see this? What is happening? Your H1 having the border. On top of the H1, what is there? Body is there. Even body also taken the border. Even body also taken a border. Even HTML tag also taking a border. HTML tag taking border. This one taking border. This one taken border. This one taken border. This one taken border. This one taken every element in your HTML, including body, including HTML tag also, including body tag, including HTML tag also having the borders. Why? Because universal means total elements one style can be applied. Total elements one style can be applied. Am I clear? In which cases this will be applicable in the real time? In which cases this will be applicable in the real time?
Register tag and sign up tag and sign in tag.
No. See, for example, in my total web page, there are multiple elements, sir. Multiple elements like headings are there, paragraphs are there, forms are there, tables are there, and images are there, image descriptions are there, and product IDs, product ID names are there, product names are there, product descriptions are there. Every element in my HTML should follow one font actually. Basically, one font I need to follow. Then I can apply font here, star group selector. Can I apply the font? If I apply the font, everywhere the font will be same. Total web page, how many pages you want to scroll, you can scroll it. If you are scrolling the page, the font will not change. The common style whenever you want to apply for all the elements, the common style I want to apply for all the elements, then this universal selector will be the good idea. Where common style will be available? Maybe in the cases of fonts. Maybe in the cases of fonts. Am I clear? Border, just I am showing the border, but border people not use in the real time. For few elements only border need to be, some images, some kind of buttons. There only the borders will be applied. But universal will be applicable for my total web page. My total web page, thousands of elements, millions of elements, we don't care. Apply with the single font style. That kind of situations you can give this kind of universal selector. Am I clear? Am I clear with this?
Yes, sir.
Let me go with one more selector. Srikanth is not able to hear the session, I think so. Dillu is there, Govinda Babu is there, Prakash is there, Rohit is there. Fine. Let me go with one more thing. One more selector. Let's have the even odd selectors. And I keep nth child selector also for okay. Even odd nth child. Okay. Let me go with the even odd nth child. Fifth one, even selector. Selecting even number elements. Okay. How to write it? Nth child of, for example, there is h1. There are multiple h1s, but I want to take only even number h1s. For example, I have 10 h1s, sir. In my program, I have 10 h1s. Only even number elements I need to applicable with some style. That is even selector. Same like odd also. Same like odd selector also. Odd selector also common. Just reverse of the even is odd. Odd selector, selecting odd number elements. H1 nth child of odd. Or you can write in the one more way this one. You can write in the one more way. Nth child of 2n. You can write one more way this one. 2n plus 1. 2n is even, 2n plus 1 is odd. 2n is even, 2n plus 1 is odd. So let's go with the even odd selectors. For both, I am writing the single program. Even odd selector dot html. Okay, so keep the program. Even odd. Okay, let's keep the multiple elements. Mohansh Technologies. Let's keep the multiple elements. Mohansh Technologies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay. I am keeping n number of elements. I am keeping n number of elements. N number of H1s. But my requirement is H1 colon nth child of even even means even number elements. Let's go with the color orange or color green. Same time I can go through odd numbers. H1 nth child of odd. This will be orange, green and orange. Even number elements are in green color, odd number elements are in orange color. Let's see. Can you see and observe? Orange, what is orange? Orange is for what? Odd number. Odd number means what? First number is 1. 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. This one. 2, 2, 4. See, elements count starts with 1. Element count starts with 1. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. Am I clear, guys? I have totally 12 elements here. I have totally 12 elements here. First 4, second 4, third 4. Anybody have question on this? Even number, odd number. So you can write these two things into the one more way. I already told you. Let me keep the comment for this. You can write in the one more way. That is something like 2n plus 1. 2n plus 1. Okay, no problem. Same. Output is same. There is no change. Is there any change? Is there any change when I change the even odd to 2n plus 1?
No, sir.
No change. Very good. Straightforward. Let me have the one more selector. This is the 5, this is the 6, and seventh selector. What is the seventh selector I written here? Okay, this is the order. Next, adjacent one sibling selector. Adjacent one sibling selector. Maybe the numbers are, this is the 5, this is the 6. The nodes could be neat. This is the 7, and this is the 8. Adjacent one sibling selector. Okay. Selecting adjacent element. Adjacent element. Okay, how this will be? Adjacent one sibling selector. H1 plus P. For example, after the H1 number of paragraphs are available, but I want to select only the P after the H1. I want to select the first paragraph after the H1. That is the adjacent one sibling selector. Adjacent one sibling. Let me take that. Save it. Adjacent one sibling. One sibling. Sibling means what? It's a brother or sister. Sibling selector. Adjacent one sibling selector. Okay, let's keep the program. Shift 1. And the title is adjacent one sibling. Adjacent one sibling. Let's have the heading Mohansh Technologies. After that, I am keeping multiple paragraphs. Lorem is the first one. Lorem is the first one, and I keep the multiple paragraphs over there. Okay, I keep the multiple paragraphs after the H1. Now, what my requirement is after the H1 first paragraph I want to get selected with. A background color I can apply like blue violet, and color I will apply for white, text color white. Can you see? After the H1, only the first paragraph need to get select. After the H1, only the first paragraph need to get select. Can you see and observe what is happening, guys? After H1, how many paragraphs are selecting?
First.
Immediately after the H1. Immediately after the H1, one paragraph got selected. Okay, so there is a one more question. Okay, let me keep the H1 here also. Let me keep the H1 here also. After H1, first paragraph. Wherever H1 is finding, wherever H1 is finding, after the H1, the first paragraph immediately selecting. That is adjacent one sibling. Adjacent one sibling. I will be having multiple H1s, no problem. After the H1, any paragraph immediately find, it will attack. Anywhere after the H1, immediately after the H1, any paragraph finding, it will attack the style sheet. That is one selection. Then the one more selector, adjacent all sibling. Adjacent one sibling is this. Then finally adjacent all sibling. What is the adjacent all sibling then? Adjacent all sibling. All sibling means what? After the H1, n number of paragraphs. Select n number of paragraphs. Adjacent select adjust all elements. All elements. Let's go. H1 tilt p. Tilt symbol is there. You can use tilt symbol. You can use tilt symbol. Tilt symbol for all selector, all adjacent siblings. Now this program I want to change to adjacent all sibling. Take new, paste, save it as adjacent all sibling select dot html. Adjacent all sibling selector. Now program name is changing, adjacent all sibling, and definition is changing, syntax is changing, tilt symbol, h1 tilt p. Now adjacent all sibling. All sibling means what? Anni. Can you see? No, not run this. Go to run. What is observing here? What you observed here? Previous one is adjacent. Previous one is adjacent one sibling. This one is adjacent all sibling. Here it is even odd selection. Adjacent one sibling selection. Adjacent all sibling selection. Am I clear, guys? How the things are happening with selectors are simple. Selectors are simple. You need to remember the syntax. You need to remember the syntax. This much syntax. What is adjacent all? What is adjacent one? Okay, what is for even? This syntaxes you need to remember. This syntaxes you need to remember. This you need to keep somewhere. Write down somewhere all the selectors. Then you can play. You can play with HTML using by CSS. The next one. What is the next one? Attribute selector. Very important one. Attribute selector. Selecting by the attribute. Selecting by the href. That is a kind of attribute selector. Okay, let's keep the. I don't remember the attribute selector. Let's go. Okay, so CSS attributes. There are multiple attribute selectors are there. I will tell you how many number of attribute selectors are available. For example, based on the title I can go. Based on the href I can go. Based on the star I can go. Based on the orgs I can go. Based on the logos I can go. Okay, can we go with the title, the first one? Remaining you can do practice. I'm going with first one. You can remaining practice. So this is attribute selection. Simply thing. Okay, so A is the element which is having a title. Mostly every element should have the title. Let me go with the attribute selection. attribute selection, attribute selector dot html attribute selector. Okay, let's have some hyperlinks, whatever you want. Okay, let me tag some h1s. Welcome to Mohansh. Welcome to Mohansh. Okay, I should keep multiple elements. Okay, I have four elements here. I have four elements here. The first element, I took a title. Title is attribute basically. Or you can take a class. Title or class, whatever you want. H1 have some class. Class is attribute or not? Class is attribute or not? Class is attribute or not? I am asking question. Nobody reply.
Yes,
Class
sir.
is attribute. ID is attribute. Title is attribute. href is attribute. SRC is attribute. So attributes only in the open tags, not in the closed tags. Attributes only in the open tag, not in the closed tags. Okay, so write down the style sheet for this. Write down the style sheet for this. Style open, style close. H1 of called one. One is the title, na? Okay, let me take the one. Dot one, na? Okay, sorry. Name of the class. What is the way? A of title. A of title is same like A of class. H1 of class. H1 of class. Whenever H1 have some class, then go with color blue. H1, when H1 having classes, those H1s can go with the blue colors. That's all. Some other H1s do not have, some other H1s do not have classes. Some other H1s do not have classes. Some H1s having classes. Which H1 is having class? That H1 only applicable with the style. Which H1 have title? That H1 will applicable some style. Which H1 have some ID? Those H1s only can be selected. Just you need to specify the attribute name inside. Just you need to specify the attribute name inside. That is attribute selection. That is the attribute selection. Am I clear, everyone? Am I clear, guys? Dillu Govinda Babu, Prakash Rohit.
Yes, sir.
That is the attribute selector. Then one more selector is a parent selector. Nth child pseudo. Okay, let me keep all these things down. I will execute the single program for all these things. Okay, parent selector div space p, div greater than p. That is the one selection. Nth child selector. That is also I will write down. I will keep a single program for all these things. We don't want to waste the time. Nth child is something like okay, so p colon nth child, p colon nth child of 2, a number you can provide. That is the one selector. And pseudo selector. Um, Pseudo selector is something like a button. Let me take a button, and button have some hover. When we have hover, I can do something. Okay, there are a number of pseudo selectors are there. You can do practice with that. I'm just keeping the three things into the single program now. Parent and the child pseudo. We don't have time. That is the reason I'm keeping the parent and the child pseudo in one program. Okay, parent and the child One more is what? Sudo. Sudo. Selectors. Okay. HTML open. Keep the program. Same. Parent. Nth child. Sudo. Okay. So I have a division, sir. I have an element called division. Inside the division, I am having a few paragraphs. I am having the division. There is a section. Division is a section. For this division, I am having 2 paragraphs. Okay. Now let me write down the style sheet for this. Div greater than p. Which paragraph having the division? That division should take some background color, something like blue color, and text color will be white color. Text color will be in the white color. Not executed. Just execute it. Div greater than p. So who is the parent here? I am actually taking the parent as division, and all the childs which is going to be under the division go with the blue and white. Okay. After the division, I am having the one more paragraph. After division, I am having the 3 more paragraphs. But these paragraphs not affected with that. These are all under the division. Under the division, how many number of paragraphs are there? Those paragraphs only taking the style. Why? Because of I am actually specifying the parent there. What is the parent here? I am specifying. I am specifying the parent called div. Div under paragraphs. Div greater than p. Div greater than p. P top division is there. P top division is there. Those paragraphs only need to get selected. Next, after this nth child. Okay, so after this nth child of paragraphs, okay, let me go with nth child. Paragraph nth child of 4. Fourth paragraph. Wherever the fourth paragraph available in the HTML, that paragraph should take the background color brown, color text, color white. Color white. Let's go. The nth child paragraph. The nth child paragraph. What is the n number I am giving here? 4. Fourth paragraph. So this is 0, this is 1, this is 2, this is 3, this is 4. Fourth paragraph I am getting selecting with the number. Okay. And one more thing. The last one, pseudo selector. Pseudo selector, let me take a button. After the paragraphs, let me take a button. Button. Okay, so please subscribe. I am taking a button, please subscribe. For this button, I want to apply one pseudo selector. When we hover on the button, button colon over, button colon over, I just want to change the background color to blue, text color to white. When we hover on the button, background color changing to blue, text color changing to white. Can you see this? I have the button, right? When you hover on the button, something is happening. Can you see this? When you hover on the button, a button is highlighting. Is the pseudo selector. Can you observe one thing? Sir, there are n number of selectors which are going to be available. Just follow the documentation, MDN documentation. Go with the selectors. Keep practice all the selectors. N number of selectors are there. N number of selectors are there in the selectors concept. Nesting selectors, attribute selectors, class selectors, ID selectors, type selectors, universal selectors. Just go through all the selectors and practice it. That is what actually I want to tell you. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe the channel, and please refer this, guys. Everybody, please refer this one with your friends. You can keep status. You can keep status, or you can keep share with your groups and your friends. This is exclusive class. 1 lakh price class. Other side, outside Madhapur or different areas, people are actually charging 1 lakh, 1.5 lakh for this particular sessions. But we are giving free of cost. We are not charging a single rupee from you people. Please go ahead and share this message with your friends and your family members, whatever it may be, and keep the status if it is required. Mohansh Technologies offering you full stack MERN ML AI integration free of cost. 40 days full Python full stack free of cost. Please like the video, share the video, subscribe the channel. If anybody not given the comments for the videos, please provide your valuable comments and provide your likes for the videos. When you when you give the comment, this video can reach non-subscribed people. These videos can reach for the non-subscribed peoples. So this message, please keep status, guys. October 20th, free 45-day MERN full stack with MLAI and 12 p.m. to 1 p.m. 45-day Python full stack MLAI free 11 to 12 p.m. Please share with your friends. Keep status also. Getting understand, everyone? Please reply.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Please,
sir.
please forward this valuable message. Forward this valuable message with your friends, your colleagues, your family members. Okay, please like the video. Please share the video and subscribe the channel and provide valuable comments. Comments are needful. We are giving all the sessions free of cost. We are not charging money from you people. Just utilize this opportunity, guys. Bye for now. See you signing off. We'll meet tomorrow, same time. Have a good day.